I'm Andy Campbell with HuffPost, and we're here at Ellington Field Joint Reserve Base with the U.S. Coast Guard. They're about to take our colleagues up on one of their rescue helicopters to go survey the land around Beaumont and Port Arthur outside of Houston, where the floodwaters are still ravaging that area. The U.S. Coast Guard officials that have helped us out here are working tirelessly around the clock to find people that are still displaced, still needing rescue. So we're going to follow them out there and see what we can find and report back to you.
Guys, just kind of tell you some, if something was to happen, we had to ditch aircraft for any reason whatsoever. Show you the exits that we can, how to get out of the aircraft. Of the two of you, who doesn't like roller coasters? Who does?
I don't like them.
You don't like them. You okay?
Well, if she doesn't like them, I guess I have to like them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit you in the seat.
Got it.
So you're looking up, you'll be able to look out the window.
Excellent.
Okay.
Flight plan, we're going to go out to Port Arthur and Beaumont, Texas, survey those areas.
It was very localized, yeah. Whereas this was more spread out, where, you know, we got Houston, now we got Beaumont, Port Arthur.
Well, esteemed reporter Melissa Jelton has just returned from her trip. We've only had eyes on the ground, but she was able to be in the air over Port Arthur and Beaumont. Melissa, what'd you see?
So we flew about 70 miles northeast, and we started to see fields that were completely flooded, the tops of houses. We saw some cows stranded in little patches of land. At one point we did see a high water vehicle at a housing complex. Looks like maybe they were picking someone up. And we saw some of the Cajun Navy boats out. When we got to Beaumont, we saw one of the major highways underwater and also a railway line underwater.
You could see pockmarks of people helping people still out there, right?
Yeah, we definitely came across a few places. We also saw an ambulance in the water with a boat and a few people wading through the water, pushing a boat.
Well, and you see so many stories now showing that, you know, it's sunny out in Houston, everything's over, things have probably receded. Did being up there kind of give you a new perspective on how bad things really are?
Yeah, I think seeing it for yourself, it is just so widespread and so devastating. Once Harvey hit, you were going out and doing rescue missions. What were some sort of examples of things that you were doing?
Well, we had a number of cases come in. The one that was most memorable for me was on Monday afternoon. Pretty much torrential downpour, the worst weather I'd ever seen as a pilot. Something on a normal day in Houston that you would never even think about flying in. You know, you see that much rain, it's like, okay, the flight schedule's been canceled. But in a case with Hurricane Harvey, you know that people need help. It was pretty much, you could only see the ground beneath the nose of the aircraft the entire time. We were using Google Maps and flying highways because we knew that there was no towers over the highways just to navigate Houston and get to the places that we were trying to be for these SAR cases. So very, very, I don't think I'm ever gonna forget that experience.
I think this one is what just caught a lot of people off guard. I mean, New Orleans obviously caught everybody off guard, but I don't think the Houston area and Beaumont was expecting something this in magnitude, that much of rain. Granted, I think everybody was starting to compare it to Allison from '01 before it got here, but I don't think they were expecting it to be this bad.
This is my third day here, so sort of on the tail end of things. But there's still plenty of stuff to do. I think the Coast Guard's been repeating it. You know, we're going to be here for a while until things are back up and running, and then once they're back up and running, there's still the long-term recovery.